Prestonwood family who have pressed their way from the Plano, Dallas area to support their student athletes. Let's give them a hand, Saints. As always, we'd like to ask that everyone tonight take pride in both your school and your team by showing the utmost respect and sportsmanship towards all the players, coaches, referees, and one another. At this time, we'd like to ask all those who are able to please rise and remove your hats for the opening prayer and the honoring of our country with the playing of our national anthem. Our opening prayer tonight is being voiced by our upper school and middle school chaplain, Father Ed Thornton.
Brothers and sisters, let us pray. Heavenly Father, we ask for your blessing on this game this evening, for all the players, for all those who have come here to support and uphold the spirit of sportsmanship and your goodness among us. Bless our guests, bless our team and all those who we love, and may we know your blessing and your peace and your glory in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Stadium here on the campus of Fort Worth All Saints Episcopal School on the west side of Fort Worth, Texas. The Friday Night Lights are yet ablaze here on the Texas 24/7 television network. Week number 6 of our coverage of the high school football regular season and within the TAPS Conference continues tonight in a TAPS Conference non-district matchup between the undefeated 5-0 Plano Prestonwood Christian Lions as they visit the 1-3 home team, the Fort Worth All Saints. And here up in the booth, Ken Buckner alongside former Dallas Cowboy assistant coach and current coach there on the middle school here for All Saints, Glenn Stretch Smith. It is really just seen in the two teams' records. Prestonwood 5-0. It has been going swimmingly. They've won it with defense, with offense. And for All Saints, well, at 1-3, they need a turnaround game and hoping this is it.
Yeah, a young football team that Coach Beck is hoping grows up tonight, and they've got a heck of an opponent that's come in here. But you know what, Ken? It's in their backyard and a place they're comfortable with.
Well, Prestonwood won the toss and elected to receive to open up the game, so we'll see that blistering offense as Edward Jr. Batista takes a run at this, boots it with his right foot. We're underway here in Fort Worth, Texas at Texas24.net. Fielded on the far side by Josh Cunningham, and he finds a little daylight, splits a seam, and is down just past the 25.
Got it on the left hash. Looked like a nice job of covering ball, Saints. Rhodes in on the tackle.
And it really has, with this being the final district game for All Saints, this is the one they were saying, okay, you know, coming up we got the bye week, and then after that, district starts with TCA Addison. This game, we've really got to show something.
And they need to show something. After what they did last week against Bishop Dunn, you know what, I think this team's going to grow up. I really look for this team to come out and play with a little fire tonight.
Well, here comes the senior 6'2", 175-pound Dylan Cadwallader. And he does have some wheels as well. 4 wide trips to the near side. Handoff instead goes to Timothy Taylor, and he runs right into the Saints defense, right in the heart of that front four.
There's Elijah again. Elijah is all over the field. You can tell he played hard last week chasing down. I like Elijah to run and chase that football.
So no gain on the play. Taylor made it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Same exact formation for the Lions. Crowd in that line. Here comes a blitz and another handoff to Taylor, and he stumbles forward and picks up about 3.
Looked like they were, All Saints is really stacking it up on this run. You know what? It'd be nice to get 3 and out right here and get this football back with a little breeze blowing behind you, Ken.
And that's a bit interesting because this year, statistically, Prestonwood passes 70% of the time. So far, we've yet to see them air it out. We may hear on a third down and 8, and a quick little play. And it goes to the big tight end, Austin Stogner, and the OU commit is wrestled down close to a first down, and yes, they gave it to him.
Yeah, they gave it to him. You know what? They just put that ball up right immediately to him. And the Saints were playing off in coverage with that trip set. Now here they come. They're going to flip it the other way with the ball being on this hash down here.
Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 39. Cadwallader, nowhere to go. Now he backs back out and tosses it. Connects with Tim Taylor, who is knocked out of bounds. He was inbounds when he made that leaping grab in front of the Saints bench, just past the 50.
Boy, I thought Sanders had kind of pushed him out of bounds right there, but he stayed up in bounds into the boundary right here. He did a nice job of knowing where he was on the field. You can see that on the replay. He just turned it up.
From the Saints 48, a handoff to Taylor on a sweep to the left side. Turns the corner, good enough for a first down, and a gain of about 14.
Good job sealing it inside. They run that hand sweep outside, almost cracked it, and had it sealed inside.
Taylor
he got the edge.
Pardon me, Glenn. Taylor last week only rushing the ball 4 times, and so far he's equaled that in this first drive for the Lions with a new set of downs. Saints backing off defensively a little bit. All sorts of time as Cadwallader leaping grab. No, tried to one-hand. It was Stogner, Gronkowski-esque, but the incomplete pass.
Holy smokes, did Todd Thompson come up and lay a lick on the back right here. Watch the back swing out of the backfield. I'm not sure that our cameras could get it, but boy, did he lay a lick on him running the swing. They had to take him out of the game. He had his helmet come off. Woo!
And nice coverage on that play by Christian Fell, the senior free safety for All Saints. 2nd down and 10. Quick little throw out to Stogner in the flat. He rumbles his way, and a helmet comes off.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a body on him. Saints is going to have to come up and try to put something on him. If you let him free release, Ken, they're just stepping up and throwing him the football.
And Austin Stogner, well, you see his stature, 6'6", 240 pounds, highly recruited senior. He was recruited as a sophomore, the sooner to be in the future. I may need to stack 2 bodies on him. Here it goes to the other back, and that is Josh Cunningham, right up the middle, and a good gain for about 4.
You know what? They're trying to run the football and establish the run. That tells me that they respect a little bit of the All Saints' ability to get up the field. And, you know, they want to try to slow that rush down a little bit, so they're trying to run that draw inside.
2nd down and 6 from the 22 of the Saints. Scoreless game just underway here in Fort Worth. Cadwallader looking left all the way, and he dumps it off to Easton Reeves, makes a move or 2, good enough for a first down. Still rumbling, diving for the end zone, knocked the pylon down, no signal.
Took he stepped out about the 3, Ken, but boy, what a physical run. They run the bubble screen to him, and he just turned it upfield and went north and south with it. You see it right here. It's Cadwallader's coming out of his hands right now. They run the slant and the bubble right behind it. It's really a good job. All Saints has got to rally to the football versus these big receivers.
Sets down a 1st and goal, and they'll mark it at about the 3-yard line out from the end zone. A little more beef on the right side of that line, and it goes a run the other way to Josh Cunningham, and he's in. Touchdown, Prestonwood.
Yeah, they took the ball right down the field and ran it at him. That surprises me a little bit. The Saints have done a nice job, playing the run this year, but they hurry to the line right here, trying to go for 2. Line up in a little bit of a, I'm not even sure what you call this formation. A 3-by-8-by-2. It looks like a Canadian football formation.
Looks like a Mike Leach type design. It's a little pitch, and it goes in for Cunningham, and the 2-point conversion is good. So a nice drive to open things up. The opening drive and salvo of this contest tonight. And Prestonwood marches it down the field 72 yards to pay dirt. An early 8-0 lead for the Lions over the Saints, and the All Saints offense coming up after this on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Origin Bank to us means relationships, availability, and quick movements.
And after the Prestonwood touchdown, end-over-end kickoff, fielded at the 15-yard line and looped around and back in it as a late flag comes in, taken down just shy of the 30. And that was an impressive opening drive by Prestonwood. 72 yards, took 2 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock, 8 plays, and capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Josh Cunningham.
Yeah, nice opening drive. I thought Saints had a chance right there to go 3 and out. And then they got hey, here's a little break. You know, you get the face mask. I thought his helmet kind of twisted right there. That looked like a good call. It's 15 yards. You know what? You get field position here. I'd like to see Coach Beck go right after him.
So after the 15-yarder, that moves the ball all the way up to the 42-yard line of All Saints. Brilliant starting position for junior quarterback Clark Hillman in his 5th start in the blue and white for All Saints. And it'll be a pass. And he pump fakes, keeps it, runs right up the middle and slides at the logo down at midfield just shy of the 50.
Looked like a little design quarterback run, didn't it? He pumped it, and they widened. Prestonwood widened, and he just took what the defense gave him right there.
And both of these offenses love the fast-paced tempo. And All Saints gets to jump off sides. There's the flag, free play, throw, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Money Parks. But we've seen that hard count so far this year by Clark Hillman, and finally it pays off.
It does pay off right there. You know, Prestonwood shows that they want to run press coverage, and then they backed out of it at the last minute. They better fear Money down here, because if they want to line up and press him, I think they'll go at it. And I'm saying the Saints will take their shots.
It was a 2nd and 4 that now converts after the 5-yard penalty to a 1st and 10. And the Saints right now are already in Lions territory. These two teams have combined for some thrilling matches over the past 3 seasons.
Got an empty set too, Ken. Let's see how Prestonwood adjusts to this empty.
They look to blitz up the middle.
And they did.
Around the edge, Hillman evades the rush, looking for someone to go downfield, and instead throws it at the feet out of bounds of Jordan Jones, incomplete.
Well, they brought the blitz off the edge right there after seeing it. After they saw a trip set, and then brought the blitz to the trip side. Interesting adjustment by Prestonwood. They were not fooled by that at all.
If you don't count the preseason scrimmages, these two teams in the last 3 years have played 4 times. 3 of those, well, pardon me, 2 of those were last year. And of course, that big state semifinal loss for All Saints, 55-48 at the hands of the Lions. So it's a rivalry across districts. And for a while there, it was across conferences. Taking a while at the line. 2 on the play clock, and they get the snap. And Matlock's first carry of the night. Jacob Matlock with a head of steam, breaking some arm tackles. Still going and down just shy. They'll mark him at the 31-yard line. Jacob Matlock.
Good job by Jacob. And guess what? They blocking it on the perimeter, too. Watch out on the perimeter now. As the Saints get it sealed outside. Really nice job. Nice job by Bothwell right there. Get on the safety.
First positive and biggest play of the night so far for the Saints offense. 1st and 10. Another handoff to Matlock. Little change of direction at the line and really nowhere to go. Got about a yard to the left side.
Tried to catch him again right there, and they weren't going for it that time. Weren't coming up the field. Coach Beck's trying to get in a little bit of his hurry-up offense right here. Let's see if the Saints can get a little something going.
Yeah, these two fast-paced offenses, another reason we've had so many shootouts between these two schools in recent memory. Hillman flushed again, steps up, still running. He'll be stood up, and a gain of about 4. And that'll set up 3rd down and We'll see where they mark it, but about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
They are respecting the Saints' speed outside. You can see they're playing cover 2. They're 2 high safeties and bringing 4. Now he sees it and then runs it up inside there. Going to have to try to hit something, a seam dig, something down the field into this cover 2 look. Now they're going to close the middle here.
Looking to the left side all the way on a slant, and it's Donche Douglas who makes the grab, but doesn't get much. Maybe 2 yards on 4th down for All Saints, and a decision for Coach Beck.
That's going to be a long 3. 4th and a long 3 right here. Let's see what he... Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here, Ken, and go for it.
So there is the first big decision tonight for head coach of All Saints in his 12th year at the helm. Athletic director and assistant head of school, Aaron Beck. 4th and a long 3. And they do it from the 27-yard line of Prestonwood.
Prestonwood's going to bring it to the field, and they are. Got to get it out of your hand. Got to get it out of your hand here.
Hillman looking to see if he can run for it. Instead, throws it down the field. Caught by Jordan Jones. First down, moves the sticks inside the 20.
Good job by Jordan Jones. He moves with his quarterback right there. You could see he rolled out into the boundary, but you see this receiver. Watch him right here. He feels a little pressure inside. Okay, keep your eyes down the field. Now watch your receiver move with you. Make the play. Good job.
Excellent coverage. Protection rather by the offensive line as well. Run to the left side on a counter by Jacob Matlock, and he's just flat out running the track and field star down to the 15-yard line. So a gain of about 4.
Tough right there. You got to go north and south. You can see that the safeties for Prestonwood, like Alcorn right there, really they can run. They can run a little bit. And Solomon Turner also at the top.
Both safeties for this Prestonwood team are returning starters. 2nd down and 7.
On a little wider doubles formation here to try to get an isolated inside.
There's a run by the fullback, T. Love, who is also a backup linebacker and backup quarterback if needed. So he gets his first official carry of the season and sets up 3rd and 4.
Try to get them spread out a little bit. See if they can get Prestonwood to widen with their receivers. Here's an interesting look. They look like 2 tight ends in the backfield. Let's see what they go with here. This looks like a Oklahoma full house backfield right here on OU Texas weekend.
That is T. Love at running back, and then flanked to the left side of Clark Hillman is Paul Breedlove. He's in motion to the right. Mitch Bothwell, bad snap. Hillman got a handle on it, but is taken down by Austin Stogner, and a big loss, 4th down and long for the Saints outside the 20.
Like they tried to have something set up right there, motioning the tight end, getting 2 tight ends to one side. Unfortunately, it was not timed very well. They got the snap. See if we can hit this field goal. They need to hit this field goal. Boy, from 41 yards, a little breeze behind you, Ken. This is one of those Lee Trevino shots. If he can get it up and let it ride the wind, he might drive this between the posts.
Currently 86 degrees, very clear skies, and a little bit about a 10-mile-per-hour breeze behind Andrew Lynn, the freshman. Kick is up. It's got the distance and just wide left. No good. So 4:26 left on the clock here in the opening quarter. Seen 2 very long sustained drives by both teams, but Prestonwood's the only one that has scored so far. An 8-0 lead for the Lions, and they're back on offense after this on the Texas 24/7 television network. All right, we're going to continue our coverage here, and not a massive time in between the missed field goal and then the Prestonwood offense, who loves speeding up the tempo so much. They're already on the field and ready to go. So we continue here with Ken Buckner and Glenn Stretch Smith in the booth.
Out in their double set again now.
Dylan Cadwallader. Man in motion. Cunningham. And all sorts of whistles before things get started.
Delay, interesting. Delay game.
Well, I was waxing eloquence and just boasting about the up-tempo prowess of Prestonwood. They got there on the field quick. They just didn't do much when they got set.
Well, it looked like they wanted to motion to.
4:26 left on the clock. First quarter. A 1st and 15. Blitz off the edge and off the corner, and just having to chuck it away
Boy, they need
Cadwallader.
And let me tell you something. Right there, that ought to be grounding. He was in the pocket. Both receivers were going deep. And there's the flag. That's a good call. You know what? It's been about 3 weeks since we've seen a good call. That's a good call right there.
Todd Thompson was the cornerback, the senior for All Saints, streaking off the edge on the corner blitz. And, boy, that did it. And was not picked up by Cadwallader or the Prestonwood protection at all.
They didn't pick it up, and I like that he saw the referee actually saw that there was no one in the area, and he was in the pocket. That's a loss of down. That's a big down right there to get them moved back. Now they need to keep the big Oklahoma commit from getting a free release right here in this ball.
It is 2nd down and forever right now, 23, I believe. Throw over the middle, and that is caught by a diving effort of Verdell Edwards, the 6'3", 187-pound senior. He is an Iowa State commit for track. We saw his speed and his hands.
Yeah, good job of stepping up right there by Cadwallader. He saw the seam throw. That's where it's a little weak when you play too deep in those seams.
1st down and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Cadwallader being pressured, throws it over the middle. Josh Cunningham, the running back, out of the backfield, catches it, and the Lions move into Saints territory.
Now, right now, the Saints are a little soft on the inside. They're going to have to tighten this inside up and try to get some hands on these receivers. Don't let them just free release.
That is the 21st catch of the season for Josh Cunningham out of the backfield. As you see now, they sometimes split him out into the slot. 1st and 10 from the Saints 45. Play action. Cadwallader, though, being pressured and forced out of bounds right in front of the All Saints bench at about the 42.
He's 2nd and 8. Good coverage that time downfield by the Saints secondary.
Ran out of bounds.
There was nowhere for him to go with that football. He picked up 3.
Picked up 3 on that. Extending that ball as he went out from the
Bring up 2nd down.
Saints 42, 2nd down and 7 for Prestonwood. The reigning Division I champions within taps. Take the snap, roll in the pocket to the left side.
Good job moving the pocket. Make that play right there.
Riley Wilson with a nice little shimmy and a move. El Toro'd out of the way of the streaking Saint defender. And that's good enough for a 1st down by a couple of yards. Moving the sticks again is Prestonwood.
Yeah, they're comfortable in this offense right now. Christian Fell had a chance to make an open field tackle right there. He threw at him and missed.
3:20 remains on the clock in the 1st quarter, and 8-0 Lions lead as they look for more with a 1st and 10. Cadwallader again being pressured. He can take off using his speed and moves inside the 20. Finally upended and taken down by Christian Fell. Good enough again for another. Stop me if you've heard this. Prestonwood 1st down, but a flag is in the backfield and an immediate holding signaled by referee James Savage. That'll bring that back.
I like Cayman Lane again. Cayman Lane last week was chasing things down from the backside, and here again he's chasing it down and continues to chase.
Cayman Lane coming in as a sophomore, his 1st year on the varsity for All Saints, 6 foot, 230 pounds. He is 2nd on the defense in tackles this season with 29. 9 tackles for a loss, and already has 6 sacks this year. Not bad for a sophomore.
Yeah, what I like too is him chasing that football. You got to chase that football. Now, in this secondary right here, they've got to cut these seams down. They cannot let this guy make an easy release into those seam throws.
1st and 20 after the holding call now for Prestonwood. Cadwallader gets the ball, fires it, rockets it, had a man open in between the coverage, and on his way into the end zone, touchdown Solomon Turner.
They're running those deep seam throws, and when you can free release off the football, it's tough to cover those guys.
A 43-yard touchdown pass to Solomon Turner. Turner's 5th receiving touchdown on the year. A nice game last week, too, over Houston St. Pius in that victory for Prestonwood. 4 grabs for 84 yards and a touchdown. And now we get a little more conventional look here on special teams for Prestonwood.
They lined up the same way, and the Saints adjusted this time with a 2-point conversion, so they're going to bring the kicker in and see if they can hit it.
And booting this one through the uprights is the kicker, Carson Smith, the sophomore, good on the extra point. And it's a 15-0 lead for Prestonwood with 2:38 remaining in the first quarter. All Saints back on offense after this brief timeout as we step aside here at Texas24.net.
Huge pill to swallow. Being told that you would never breathe on your own, be able to walk on your own, or being able to feed myself on my own completely changes you. You have to realize who the new you is while living with the limitations that you have on a day-to-day basis. I was sitting on the couch contemplating, is my life really worth it? Winter Warrior Project showed me that I am worth it. My first event was a soldier ride in Seattle, and I got to ride 50 miles on a hand cycle that I borrowed from them at zero cost to me. All I had to do was show up. I'm so thankful that Winter Warrior Project was there to help me. Being able to open up and not having to re-explain everything that's going on in your life because they get it. I know of no other veterans organization that has been able to help me get to
making his way towards the middle, right up the gut and past the 30. Nice return to the 32-yard line for All Saints.
Good return, blocked pretty well right there.
That's Prestonwood drive, second drive of the game, second scoring drive of the game, 7 plays. 66-yard drive, a minute 58 off the clock, and was capped off by a 43-yard touchdown by Dylan Cadwallader to Solomon Turner.
That's a mouthful, but right now he's giving them all they want. He's made some throws in those seams.
So All Saints takes over from their own 34-yard line, mark at 33. And the handoff to Jacob Matlock, who right through the middle loses the ball. And this could be anybody at this point. Looks like it's Saints ball.
Dr. Meyer jumping on that football. Good job by him chasing that play and jumping on that ball. Let's see if Saints gets their tempo going a little bit right here. That was a good call. Run the draw up inside. They're playing coverage. You got to run the football against this look.
It was a gain of 8, so 2nd down and 2 for All Saints. Handoff to Matlock. He lowers the shoulder in the boom, still dragging the defender and good enough for a first down. He needed 2, and he got 3.
Good job. When they're playing coverage like that, anytime you see them playing coverage, 2 deep coverage, they're scared of the Saints' speed out here. You like to see that, and you like to see them running the football. I think Coach Beck's got them a little bit on a run right here. Let's see if we can get something going.
And you see on the near side this week a new little wrinkle in the offense for All Saints as Donche Douglas and Money Parks line up on the same side, and that is where Hillman's looking. And the slant caught from his kneecaps. It's by Money Parks, and a good gain inside about the 35. What a play for All Saints.
Well designed. They run the slant right behind it. Run the slant behind the seam right there. He catches him, and boy, if he hits him on the face right there, he may have been off to the races.
Nothing but green pastures in front of him. With 1:25 remaining in the first quarter, trailing by 15. Another handoff to Matlock on this fresh set of downs, and he fights his way down to the 32-yard line.
Gain of 3. Staying with the draw. You know what? They're going to try to slow that blitz down, Ken, by staying with that draw. Slow those ends down from coming up the field.
Clark Hillman was clapping his hands trying to get a Lion still on the field with too many men. Instead, being pressured, nowhere to go, tosses it and out of bounds. Jordan Jones was in the vicinity, maybe not the tri-state area, but he was around the ball. So 2nd down for All Saints.
I think it is 3rd down.
That is 3rd down.
You got the first down draw. This is 3rd down.
3rd down and about 8.
Same double set to both sides. It's kind of a tight double set.
Inside of a minute left to go here in the first. Play action. Screen out to Donche Douglas. Avoids one defender. Tackled from behind. Pushed forward, but not near enough for a first down.
No, but enough picked up right there where you got a manageable 4th down situation. I think that's what they did. They wanted to throw that wide receiver screen just to get 3 or 4 yards. Now you got a manageable 4th and a long 2.5, 2.
And a nice spot at the end of that, too. So far, we're having glowing things to say about the officiating crew here tonight, led by head referee James Savage. All right, for the 2nd straight time for All Saints on an offensive drive, it's a 4th down, 4th and a long 2.
And they bring the blitz. Oh, and he's got to get rid of it right there. Got to get rid of that football. When you see the safety come down and he had money on the slant. He's got to get rid of that football. That's a hot read, and he's got to beat it out with the football right now. When I say beat it out, when they cheat down in there, you got to go right now.
So a turnover on downs, and that's courtesy of the 5'10", 185-pound senior Matthew O'Reilly, who just blitzkrieged his way right through the middle of that line. I don't know if a blue jersey touched him.
Well, and that's a blitz that, believe it or not, they ran that with the junior high last night, and it's tough to pick up because they come late, and then they're bringing everybody and playing a true cover zero look. Boy, if you can beat it out with the ball, you'll get them out of that in a heartbeat.
So Prestonwood takes over on offense. 11 seconds remain on the clock here in the first quarter. A 15-0 Lions lead. And now the pocket collapses around Cadwallader. And he has nowhere to go. Tosses it and does not get it to the line of scrimmage.
The official's got to throw his flag again. Let's see. He's waiting to see if he got it to the line of scrimmage.
They're looking.
They're looking. Anybody in receiver? No receiver in the area.
Well, he threw it right at the line of scrimmage and the marker over on the side. And
well, he got lucky to get outside the tackle right there. That's grounding again, big time.
So no flag. Apparently, it still seems a little hesitant on the official's call.
1 for 2. And Coach Beck's looking for an answer. 1 for 2 is 500, and that's good in Major League Baseball. It's not good in football.
So it's just an incomplete pass is quite honestly what it ends up being, and a 2nd down and 10 for Prestonwood. 4 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter.
Good job by Saints, though, bringing that off the edge, and you know what, staying firm with what they're doing.
There's Timothy Taylor in the backfield. He gets the carry to the right side. That hole closed quickly, and a nice takedown. That courtesy of who else? Cayman Lane, and that'll end the first quarter.
It's all over the field. Good job by Cayman right there.
So 1 quarter in the books here in week 6 of the regular season. Prestonwood on offense, and the Lions have the lead 15-0, but facing a 3rd and long when we come back for the start of the second quarter. After this is the Texas 24/7 television network.
Banking's it's a scary thing for a lot of people because they don't know it. It's just like food. I mean, people are intimidated by food, but they eat it every day, right? People are intimidated by banks, but they spend money every day.
We're able to run our business the way we think works well in this community, and part of that is being able to do things and for and with people like Tim.
Getting ready to kick off the second quarter of action. A 15-0 Prestonwood Christian Lions lead over Fort Worth All Saints here in the booth at Young Field and McNair Stadium on the grounds of All Saints. It is Ken Buckner and joined by Glenn Stretch Smith. And defensively, if you keep Prestonwood to 15 points in the first quarter, certainly this season, you're doing your job.
You're doing your job. Unfortunately, they've stubbed their toe twice offensively. They've moved the football. The Saints have moved the football, just haven't been able to punch it in.
Big opportunity here for the Saints defense. A 3rd and 10 for Prestonwood. And it's a screen thrown in the backfield to Timothy Taylor, and he breaks the defenders. And he's off to the races. And the speedy Timothy Taylor pushed out of bounds finally. Otherwise, he would have been jettisoned on his own doing to the end zone. What a play on the screen.
That Beetle chasing him down, hard to see up here. It looked like he took a good angle to try to get there and push him out of bounds. You know what? He went out of bounds earlier than that. That's a good job by Saints to chase that down.
Down on the Saints 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Again, pressure. Cadwallader nowhere to go and is taken down. Big Alex Nelson will have his name credited with a sack.
Good secondary coverage right there. Oh, we need to stop. You know what, Ken? The Saints need to stop right here. They need to get off the field defensively.
I had the opportunity on that on 2 plays ago when that screen busted through. 2nd down and 8.
We'll give it a trips look with the Oklahoma commit down here in the slot.
Slowing the tempo down a little bit offensively on a slant. Throws it out wide. Once again, it's the Solomon Turner. He's taken down a nice gain of about 7 on the play.
Good job by Todd Thompson stepping up and making the tackle right there. Yeah, they were going to give him that slant, give it to him, and then, try to get him in a 3rd and 4 or 5 manageable situation. Again, need a stop on 3rd down.
3rd and 4. From the Saints 22. Looking left all the way, throws it down to Austin Stogner, and that is why he's so dominant. Reaches above the humanity and in for a touchdown, but a flag down at about the 15-yard line on the far side.
Boy, and he's so physical. He just pushed. It looked like he pushed off big time.
Well, that is where Stogner was lined up on the line, about where that flag is. And we wait for the official call by James Savage. And here it comes. Touchdown signaled. So the touchdown will.
And then they go unsportsmanlike. I don't know if that's after the play. It's got to be. It's got to be an unsportsmanlike after the call.
Yeah,
or really after the touchdown, whether there was some kind of fighting between the offensive and defensive lines.
So a 22-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Cadwallader, his 3rd of the night. This one goes to Austin Stogner, the Oklahoma Sooner commit. Low snap, but it's scooped up, kicked through, and good by Carson Smith. And Prestonwood extends their lead with 10:42 left to go in the first half. Saints sitting right now scoreless. They trail the Lions 21-0. Back after this to Fort Worth, Texas, on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, go Saints.
3 possessions so far for the Prestonwood Lions, 3 touchdowns on the board. That one a 64-yard drive that took a minute 29 off the clock, went about 6 plays, and ended up in the end zone courtesy of Dylan Cadwallader, 22 yards out to Austin Stogner. This kick with the unsportsmanlike conduct being assessed on the kickoff. Here comes Money Parks, who's weaving his way through the traffic and past the 40, down at the 42-yard line.
Good return, considering he had to go back, almost like Willie Mays, the center fielder, had to field that over his shoulder. And then by the time he got his momentum, it almost timed up for him to hit that. Pretty well blocked by Saints right there on that return. They need something positive. They need something, need a play. They need one of their playmakers to step up offensively and make a play. This defense, you can tell. You look down here, Adam, coach is trying to make some adjustments, but they're worn out. They need to hold on to the football here.
First down and 10 from their own 42 for All Saints. 10:35 left on the board here in the second quarter. A 22-0 Prestonwood lead. And
Prestonwood late getting their 11 guys out. I wonder who called timeout here.
That's a timeout on the field, so while they do that, we'll step aside momentarily. A beautiful night here in the Westoplex, as they call it, of North Texas. 22-0 Prestonwood. All Saints on offense after this on Texas24.net.
Football lessons we learn as kids and all continue to apply through the rest of your life. Life is a team game. It's the big game.
Moira and Frank Taylor and family are lifetime Saints and are proud to support and cheer on the 2018 Saints. Go Saints! PTF. First and 10 for All Saints from their own 42. Handoff to Matlock, who tripped over the right heel of his quarterback and lost about 2 on the play.
Matlock, the ball carrier.
Tough. That looked like that was blocked. It really looked well blocked. He was trying to take it to the front side and looked like he felt like he was going to roll it back inside and then trips over his quarterback.
Well, they were only a yard short of the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 11 and a direct quarterback keeper, and he runs right into the arms of the defensive line of Prestonwood, led by Parker Panetti.
Beck is not happy with his offensive line there. They looked like they were trying to set up that quarterback lead and let the running back lead it up in there, but they didn't get the inside 3 technique blocked.
So it remains
3rd and
11 now still. So Hillman did get back to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide spread, 2 to either side. Prestonwood showing blitz.
And they back out of it.
Hillman throws, and it could have went to 2 different Saints receivers, but incomplete ultimately to Donche Douglas, who had his hands on it. And it got pretty close there in tight quarters between all of the players there, but no flags.
The Saints were a little confused. They showed blitz and then backed out of it, and I think that, I don't know if Money and Donche kind of collided out there, the routes.
They were really each other's own defender on that play. So here's Hillman, who also handles the punting duties, this end over end, and he gets good rolls on these consistently, and that out about the 25-yard line. And here comes this extremely prolific Lions offense. So far 3 for 3 on their first offensive drives tonight, and so far on this season, I mean, they average 365 yards total per game and 39-point average throughout 2018.
You see why when you have big receivers, especially a big tight end that you can throw the football up to. I mean, how many times? I think twice tonight they've had them, and the Saints have had them in 3rd and long, and they've been able to convert throwing that football up in the seam to that. Well, he is big and physical, and you can see why. I mean, he's thick. He's thick downstairs too. Usually, when you're that tall, you know, you're lean through the hips. Boy, he's thick. You can tell he's going to be a good college football player.
And surprisingly, Austin Stogner has not been much of a factor in the previous 3 meetings between these 2 teams, but he certainly is tonight. Throw out to the flat. Nice defense, slatted away by Todd Thompson, incomplete.
And he almost geeked the quarterback a little bit. He acted like he was going to come get him and then fell back into coverage and almost picked that football off. Good instincts right there. Got to be a player in that situation.
2nd down and 10 for the Lions on just a sparkling night here. It's this first Friday night in October.
Chamber of Commerce night.
I'm telling you, it is quite lovely. Let's play some football. Here comes a 2nd down and 10 for Prestonwood. Quickly out to the flat. It's to Riley Wilson. He does not break the defender's grab this time, and Todd Thompson playing with some fire tonight.
It looked like Sanders filled it up in there also from his safety position. It's good. Good by Thompson, good by Sanders to rally to the football. Again, it's a 3rd and 8 situation. Be interesting to see Coach Edmondson, if he brings the blitz here, plays coverage.
Up 22-0, 8:45 left
Showing
to go
blitz
in the 2nd.
Back out of it.
Play action, flags fly on the near side. Throw way downfield, wide open, all alone, but this may be coming back. Still into the end zone, touchdown. That is Timothy Taylor out of the backfield, but this has all indications of coming back home. And that is the case.
Procedure against Prestonwood.
Ooh, so a
busted coverage right there, and they caught him in a busted coverage and connected. Be 3rd and about 12.
That took an 82-yard touchdown pass off the board. And here we are backing up after the holding call. Well, All Saints next week has a bye. And then after that, it's district time. The first time All Saints has ever been in a district throughout the SPC all those years. No, there wasn't like most of the other, like UIL perhaps, or even TAPS So the first shot at a district title and the opportunity to win one for Coach Aaron Beck. And he's excited about that, but also excited about that bye week next week.
Yes, he is. The Saints are going to back out and play coverage here, see if they can rally to the football.
See if they'll get excited about this. A 3rd down and 14. Throw out to the flat. Caught at the line of scrimmage, and Austin Stogner is pushed out of bounds.
We're 4th and 9 on the 28. First stop. That's a good stop by the Saints right there. They need to get this football back, try to punch something in here to even this game up. They haven't been really stopped themselves offensively until that last series where they just couldn't get anything going.
So the punter, Diego Camarena, comes on to kick for the Lions, and back deep, standing in his own about 25-yard line, is Donche Douglas.
And they're in a tight punt formation. It'll be interesting to see if we can get a hat on a hat on a very good kick here.
Camarena kicks it. It bounces at the 40-yard line, takes a Lions bounce, and this just keeps rolling.
Got a great bounce.
And a nice punt, ultimately stopped at the 23-yard line. So with 8:12 left on the clock in the second quarter, All Saints going to try to get on the board. And they'll have decent field position to do so. But that was a very nice, advantageous roll off the right foot of the junior Diego Camarena.
Boy, when it came off his foot, it didn't look like it was going to get that bounce. And that's the thing about an oblong object. You don't know how it's going to bounce. Here's that full house backfield again, Ken. Let's see what they do with both tight ends in the backfield.
From their own 23-yard line.
That
first
zero
and 10.
coverage outside. Boy, you'd like to see him take a shot at up top.
Same motion. Hand off to Matlock. He runs to the left side, still breaking tackles, drugged down from behind, and stopped at the 31-yard line. A gain of about 7.
Good run, Joseph Matlock. You like that? They kind of moved that full house over to one side and went back into the field. But I tell you what, I could see Coach Beck coming back to that, and here he does again. Got zero coverage outside. Need to win on one of your receivers. Got to win. Got to connect on this.
Snap, another handoff. That was a snap that was a little out of reach, but Hillman did a nice job at collecting it and just slowed down the tempo of that play a little bit.
Yeah, it hurt the timing of it. It's gonna make a 3rd and about long 2.
You see Paul Breedlove joining Mitch Bothwell, the 2 tight ends in the backfield with the running back Jacob Matlock, and Paul Breedlove has seen his workload increase exponentially over just the past 2 weekends, and Coach Beck says, yeah, we want more of him in this offense. 3rd down and a long 2. Matlock being motioned out. Hillman goes down. Ball up in the air and out of bounds, close to the Gatorade buckets, incomplete.
Well, you got to give your receiver a chance to go get that. They ran the back in motion, but he sailed it out of bounds. Got to give your receiver a chance right there.
And that is the 6-foot Donche Douglas going up against also 6 foot, but a sophomore in Chase Lowry. And here comes 4th and that long 2, and T-Love is in the backfield, and that's the punting unit. Nobody back deep for Prestonwood.
Yeah, they're going to play a safe here. They're worried about the Saints going for this.
Man in motion, and Hillman boots this one. Line drive. It's a wobbler. It takes a Saints bounce and a nice roll, all the way down to about the 25-yard line. So back and forth, 2 straight punts forced by the defenses of the night. 6:54 remaining in the first half. And a nice little crowd on both ends as Prestonwood not too terribly far away.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've made that drive lately, but it is pretty good all across there, isn't it?
Especially in time on a Friday through rush hour to get to West Fort Worth.
Oklahoma, Texas weekend.
Oh, boy. No kidding.
Well, the Saints got to stop last time on defense. Got to come up and make another stop here.
And the Lions will start from their own 26-yard line. Dylan Cadwallader, the senior quarterback, 3 touchdowns already thrown tonight. Stogner all alone up top, and he makes the grab, and good for about 5.
Good leverage there to get him down. Nice job to get him down.
I was about to say, let's, the Cowboys could use a tight end right now. We could call this kid. He's almost ready to go in the big leagues.
He's a good looking player. We saw him on the field. Good looking.
Second down and 5, a little swing out to Cunningham in the backfield. He turns the corner and out of bounds close to the 40-yard line, but definitely good enough for a first down for Prestonwood.
A well-designed play. They run the slant and bring the swing right behind it.
And in the past 3 meetings, it has been the running game of the Lions that has really changed the course of the matchups against All Saints. Certainly where they arguably won the game last year, late in the playoffs in the state semifinal. And they're going back to it tonight. There's Josh Cunningham weaving his way through. And a nice little gain as well of about 6.
Oklahoma commit can block too. Did you see him blocking right there on the perimeter?
Yeah.
You can see why. You can see why Oklahoma was on him early. Trips down here.
On the far side, all alone is the Baylor commit, Solomon Turner, but the throw goes to and incompletes just out of the reach of Easton Reeves.
Yeah, they kind of fake them with a little bubble screen to Austin and then come backside with the slant, and it was there. Quarterback's got to set his feet and make that throw. He's a little rushed right there. If he sets his feet, that's a well-designed play.
So another third down for Prestonwood, 3rd and 3. And they do so from the Saints' 47-yard line. Pardon me, their own 47. Handoff to Cunningham, lowers the shoulder, and he gets past midfield, and that's enough for the first down. Still moving the pile.
A scrum going on right there into the middle of the field.
Yeah, rugby breaks out. And that moves the chains again as the clock has been stopped.
Well, they stopped and moved the chains, right, Ken?
There we go.
There we go. Now they're running.
5:37 left to go. In the second quarter, a 22-0 Prestonwood lead.
Again, trips down here.
Pocket collapses, and so does Cadwallader in the backfield, but a flag will fly afterwards. And the takedown came courtesy of Elijah Pozieli.
Not sure what the call was there.
But it happened right in front of the referee, James Savage. And unsportsmanlike, one would assume on the takedown. So maybe a little taunting and standing over. I'm getting a word back from our production truck.
Good play, but you can't. You got to get up and keep playing right there. That's a costly penalty right there. It's a great sack. And then a little afterwards, a little extracurricular activity costs your team.
That would have brought up a 4th down. Instead, it's a 1st and 10 for Prestonwood from the All Saints 40-yard line. 5:15 left to go in the second quarter. Looping it upwards, over and out of the reach of Riley Wilson, incomplete.
Good coverage that time. That Shipman on the coverage.
That is Will Shipman, yes sir.
Good job using the boundary. Press that receiver into the boundary. You got to use that 12th defender.
I'm gonna in these last 2 years just unofficially give Will Shipman the title, the Next Man Up Award, because he has in a pinch come in the past 2 seasons at corner and has just filled in and substituted wonderfully. 2nd down and 10. Pocket rolls. There's Pozieli again. Elijah on the pursuit. Cadwallader getting away. Chucks it downfield. Finds a man, but it's incomplete. It's
Failer. Austin Failer comes in and makes that break up. Boy, that was good. That was a good job, because once Cadwallader broke out of that, coming right at us, his receivers started coming at us, and Failer made a good break up.
And intended receiver on the play was Josh Cunningham. It was perfect timing by Easton Failer on the contact. No flag. And another 3rd down. This to the variety of a 3rd and 10 for the Lions. Inside of 5 left to go in the second. Quick dump out to the right side. It's to Solomon Turner. He gets a block, and he's still going. Inbounds, runs over defender, and that is a touchdown that Solomon Turner earned from about 30 yards out.
Yeah, he brought the wood right there. It looked like Wyatt Mertz tried to step up and make a play, and unfortunately he couldn't stop that head of steam.
Second touchdown reception of the night by the Baylor commit, Solomon Turner. This one from 30 yards out, and looks like special teams is going to be some sort of choreography throughout the night for Prestonwood.
Not sure what they're trying to get at there. I'm sure they're looking at numbers, but
booting this extra point through and ringing it home is Carson Smith. So Prestonwood strikes again. 5 offensive possessions, 4 touchdowns have been the results. With 4:46 left to go in the second quarter, a 29-0 Prestonwood lean over All Saints. Back after this on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Banking's it's a scary thing for a lot of people because they don't know it. It's just like food. I mean, people are intimidated by food, but they eat it every day, right? People are intimidated by banks, but they spend money every day.
We're able to run our business the way we think works well in this community, and part of that is being able to do things and for and with people like Tim.
We're 84-yard scoring drive for Plano Prestonwood. Took 5 minutes and 8 seconds off that clock. Quite methodical down the field and capped off by a 30-yard touchdown pass, his 4th of the night, by Dylan Cadwallader to Solomon Turner. Turner's 2nd touchdown grab of the evening. This one
right down the
end
middle.
Over end to Carson Smith. Money Parks with those pink socks and shoes. Met right the opposition there, head front at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage by Prestonwood right there. They kicked it right down the middle, really to challenge Money. They did a good job covering.
And this so far tonight, from the Saints' perspective, has really been how Prestonwood's been on the board. It's been the big play tonight.
It has been the big play because, quite frankly, they've had them in some third down situations and just haven't been able to get off the field, and you know what? When they're bigger than you are, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you can do in those situations. The Oklahoma commit he's a man, and then you see what they did with Solomon, physical.
1st and 10, screen, and immediately met. Still making the grab was Montarian Money Parks, and he may regret catching that. Pardon me, that was Donche Douglas.
It was Donche, good call. But lose 5 yards right there trying to run a wide receiver screen, and Prestonwood was having none of that. I'd like to see him fake that, pump that, and then try to get something down the field, come back to it.
4:10 remaining in the second quarter. Handoff to Jacob Matlock, and he dances his way side to side for about a yard on the carry to the 20.
They're going to bring a 3rd and 14 right here. Need a first down, need to keep this clock moving. This is going to be a tough situation to try to see if you can maybe hit that tight end down the seam.
Mitchell Bothwell to the right side of the offensive line in the slot. 3rd down and long. Flush from the pocket is Hillman again. Sets his feet, throws, and off of Douglas's right hand. You gotta commend Clark Hillman for at least getting that throw out there to Douglas.
Tried to keep the play alive with his feet, and then he just couldn't get outside.
And you can see the frustration certainly on the wide receivers of All Saints, but the offense in general coming off the field. And this is not what All Saints football is used to over the years, but it is a reloading year here in 2018, and it has been a gauntlet of opponents for All Saints in this first half of the season.
Well, when you're trying to get guys experience and you're playing against bigger, more physical, it's tough. But you know what? I know how Coach Beck is, and not a very good punt there. He shanked it off the side of his foot.
Yeah, that did have some contact by a Prestonwood defender on that to get a hand on it. So that side wound its way out of bounds, and that's just what Prestonwood needed, was good field position to start off an offensive drive.
Start at the plus 34. That puts your defense in a really a bind right here, right before the half. Needed that ball to come to this side of the 50.
3:25 left to play in the second quarter, a 29-0 lead for Prestonwood. And 4 touchdowns already by the senior, 6'2", 175-pound Dylan Cadwallader. He's got some offers, Abilene Christian, etc. This is a streaking pass down, hits him in the numbers. Nice defensive coverage on the play by Will Shipman.
Really good coverage by Will. You know what? They tried to run a double move there. He was on an island out there. He didn't bite. Ran stride for stride with him. Really good coverage. That's a positive.
And when it comes to the secondary for All Saints in 2018, it's been the oft-injured secondary. Most notably, the defensive captain, safety Jack Taylor, still dealing with an MCL sprain. And off here to Josh Cunningham, and like he does all the time, he reminds me of David Meggett back for the New York Giants, just weaving his way around the traffic.
Good tackle by Love right there. He stepped up, read it, got him on the ground. Now we got a third and about 7, 6 maybe. Back to this trip set. They're comfortable with this trip set and trying to get the ball to their big tight end.
That's where Cadwallader pre-snap is motioning.
Loves
immediately
comes off the
where
edge.
he throws. Breaks one tackle. Stogner lowers the head down, good enough for a first down at the 21.
Got to make that open field play. They brought Love off the edge, but he saw it. Cadwallader saw it. Rose up, stuck the ball on his tight end for a first down.
Moves the down marker, 1st and 10. Hand off to Josh Cunningham, right side run, and he right behind his big right guard, 230-pounder Jonathan Young.
Wow, it was well blocked. They run that zone outside. It's well blocked.
And returning starters all over the place. In fact, let's see, from the left guard forward, 4 starters returning for 2018. So a lot of experience on that line. A swing pass out to Cunningham again. He turns the corner, stays in bounds, and gets close to a first down.
Like he's about a yard short. Like where they marked it, about a half a yard short.
Clock is stopped with 1:58 left in the second quarter. A 29-0 Prestonwood lead, and certainly in the red zone and threatening again. Just short, so a third and a short one for the Lions.
They run a bunch trip set out here, Ken.
That's where Cadwallader is looking the entire way. Throws to the end zone, wide open. What a route, what a touchdown. Yet again, his second of the night, Austin Stogner and Prestonwood.
Yeah, they run a bunch set, and he runs a corner route. Got Saints out leveraged there for a touchdown. Boy, they have seen good football teams this last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So they've seen 2 really good.
Well, and as far as the talent level goes, I mean, looking back all the way to Austin Regents, week number 2, followed by Trinity Christian. The Prestonwood on the extra point for, and it's extended. Remains in the. Be back after this on the Texas 24/7 Television Network.
Origin Bank to us means relationships, availability, and quick movements. They're large enough with capacity enough to handle large customers, but they still have a hometown feel. I can still shoot him a text to the cell phone and take care of something.
That's what I love about this job is, we're able to have those personal relationships, and I hope that he will text me, and I hope that he'll call me.
And the kickoff after another touchdown drive by Prestonwood. This one field end zone, and that'll be ruled a 6 plays, a minute 31 off the clock, and a 12-yard. Cadwallader to Austin Stogner. Down so far on the night by Cadwallader. And he had some loss to fill after Willie Green last year graduated from Prestonwood in that championship
for all their hard work.
But Cadwallader certainly coming up big tonight. It's All Saints.
Let them know how much you appreciate it.
Saints going to try to do something with it. And red formation, 2 to either side. On this looks like make it a positive. Of about 6.
But I agree with you. It looked like to play doing those situations.
They get about second and 4. Hillman. Very quick where to go and is taken down by the linebacker David Martin.
Yeah, he didn't. When you start letting that rush by, puts his head down, it's hard to see. That's a tough position to be in. When that rush, you start looking at the live bullet.
And a timeout taken, and it is Prestonwood taking. So we will pause. 56 in the second quarter. A 30 Lion lead. Back after this, and a third down for the Saints on 24/7 television network. Yeah, we're hearing that.
Is audio okay?
10 yeah, it's good. It's still a little scratchy, but it's not cutting
like
in
it
and out
was
right now. Yeah. Under a minute left to go in the second, and a 3rd and 8 for All Saints. Screen to Jacob Matlock to the left side.
They got it set up.
And he's got the more out at the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for All Saints. No flags on the play.
Good call. That's a good call by Coach Beck. You know what? They brought the blitz. I like it that Hillman gave ground a little bit, then to his back.
That stops the clock as well. Leaves 51 seconds on it in the second quarter. And a 1st and 10 from their own 40 for All Saints. Hillman swings this one. Actually, more bullets it to Jacob Matlock and just nowhere to go. Taken down in the backfield. A loss on the play.
Prestonwood is really pursuing this football. I really would like to see Coach Beck, and I'm sure he'll adjust to this, pump that ball one way and come back the other way, try to get them over pursuing.
And the clock restarts. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. A 2nd down and 14 for All Saints. And the secondary of Prestonwood cheating deep, certainly. Again, pressure in the pocket. Hillman scrambles to the left side. Flag flies in the backfield, and incomplete. They'll rule that, incomplete to Jacob Matlock.
Probably going to be a holding call. Anytime guys start running around, I mean, you can always, it doesn't matter who. It's a natural instinct for that offensive line to, when you feel your guy going to grab hold of that jersey, it's just a natural instinct.
Well, 4 seconds are left on the clock, and that was ruled a catch. And the Jacob Matlock was down before the ball popped out of bounds. The ball would have been out of bounds anyway, but we'll see what they do with these 4 seconds, and they may just run that off since it's an offensive penalty. And that could end the half. Well, if accepted, though.
Why wouldn't they accept this?
Yep.
I can't imagine what he's asking them. This is going to be an accepted penalty. Move the ball back, and
well, I think if he declined it, the clock would roll, and that we'd be in the halftime by now.
Well,
that was the only thing. So yeah, a little interesting either way. 2nd and a mile facing All Saints with, we've mentioned famously now, 4 seconds left on the second quarter of action. It has been from the jump Plano Prestonwood. They came out On their first 3 offensive possessions. And in fact, so far tonight, 5 out of 6 offensive drives have ended up in the end zone for Prestonwood.
Well, they got 7 guys 15 yards deep. I could see just going to hand this football in. We're going to get out of the half.
And that will, after further ado, in the first half. So 2 quarters in the books and headed to the locker rooms. The Saints have quite the conversation on their hands between their coaching staff. A 36-0 lead going into the break for Prestonwood and the Lions. Saints will be back on offense to start the second half, and we will rejoin that here in just about a dozen minutes or so, right here, live in high definition. For you, Saints Nation and beyond, on the Texas 24/7 television network.
From a heart you destroyed. I was foolish thinking I did more than just fill a void. I must have been crazy. Like CeeLo said, I heard you call me baby. Was it all in my head? Now this love is unrequited. I'm no longer excited, and I knew you'd come running.
Luckily through Origin Bank, we've kind of both moved our successes together, and now we're able to help each other out, which I think that's important to have a really good relationship with somebody. Everybody's got to have their part in it.
Hiley Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, Go Saints!
I think Jamie is driven, and certainly I want to live up to his expectations.
Origin Bank to us means relationships, availability, and quick movements.
Football lessons we learn as kids and all continue to apply through the rest of your life. Life is a team game. It's the big game.
Moira and Frank Taylor and family are lifetime Saints and are proud to support and cheer on the 2018 Saints. Go Saints! PTF.
Give it up one last time for your Prestonwood dance team, PCA
Saints fans, let's make some noise and welcome to the field our own 2018 varsity cheer. Led by Coach Amanda Hensley and Captains Nathan Kellogg and Megan Smith. And now, Saints fans, your 2018 drumline, led by Director Jerry Goodchild and Captains Andrew Sarofsky, Harrison Alexander, and Matthew Harper.
Take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Listen, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, man. I've been the mountains there, man. Traveled like I had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts there, man. I've been the mountains there, man. I've traveled like I had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts there, man. I've been the mountains there, man. I've traveled like I had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, make some noise for your All Saints drum line. Varsity cheers and the PCA palms. Thank you for a great halftime show, y'all.
Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, Go Saints!
Football lessons we learn as kids and all continue to apply through the rest of your life. Life is a team game. It's the big game.
Moira and Frank Taylor and family are lifetime Saints and are proud to support and cheer on the 2018 Saints. Go Saints! PTF.
Banking's it's a scary thing for a lot of people because they don't know it. It's just like food. I mean, people are intimidated by food, but they eat it every day, right? People are intimidated by banks, but they spend money every day.
We're able to run our business the way we think works well in this community, and part of that is being able to do things and for and with people like Tim.
Hiley Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, Go Saints!
I didn't know where my life was going. With Wounded Warrior Project's help, I was able to get my life back in order. I thank Wounded Warrior Project not only for helping me, but also helping veterans that I know that are dealing with the same struggles that I am. Wounded Warrior Project understood what I was going through. I'm grateful that Wounded Warrior Project helped me reestablish my life. I am living proof.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won.
Well, the bands are performed, the cheer squad has been on, and halftime is just about wrapped up here at Young Field at McNair Stadium on the campus of Fort Worth All Saints Episcopal School. 36-0 headed to the start of the third quarter in favor of Prestonwood and the Lions. Ken Buckner here on the call with Glenn Stretch Smith. And Glenn, when you look forward to this half with district right around the corner for All Saints and both of these teams, quite honestly, you know, what are you gunning for at this point?
Well, you know, I go back to kind of what we've seen in the 3 games that we've done together, Ken. We've seen All Saints play good halves of football. You know, we saw them against the Regents, not have a very good first half, come back, play a great second half, and lose the game at the very end. We saw them against Dunn play a pretty good first half, you know, kind of get out in the end in the second half, come out here. You got to try to put a half together and put something positive together going into district play, and I think that's what I think that's what you, as a Saints coaching staff, you got to look forward to something positive, and hopefully they've made those adjustments at halftime to what Prestonwood's doing defensively, and see if they can get the ball to the perimeter to Donche, to Money, you know, get it to their speed guys, and see if they can get something going offensively.
Well, as one might expect in a 36-0 halftime score, the stats heavily favor one side over the other. As far as just looking at the first downs the teams have notched, Prestonwood 16 of those already in the game, with some actually nice sustained drives. As many points as they put up as well haven't all been quick strikes. Saints have 6 first downs to that. Total yardage could not be more night and day. The Lions at 339. The Saints total yardage in the first half 74 yards, which is very unorthodox for an All Saints team and an Aaron Beck squad and John Bates offensively coordinated team. On the rushing front, the majority of yards for All Saints have come there. 35 for Jacob Matlock out of the backfield. 39 yards passing tonight for Clark Hillman, and just not a lot downfield, but Clark Hillman really hasn't had the time quite yet.
Well, that's you make the point right there. He has not had the time. You know what? They're either, and it's really it's been a well devised game plan by the Prestonwood staff. They're either going to blitz you or they're going to sit back and play coverage and rally to the football. And I mean, when you have a safety like Solomon Turner, those are the things that you can do.
Yeah, and Solomon Turner having a big night offensively and defensively. The Baylor commit, which interested to see what the Bears want from him in his collegiate career, because he has 2 touchdowns receiving tonight as well as being thrilling on defense. All right, well, All Saints will start on offense and takes the ball from their own 10-yard line up the near side. Helmets come off and just past the 30-yard line, and they will start at their own 33 here in the third quarter, trailing 36-0.
Decent return right there. I tell you, Prestonwood's done a good job kicking the football deep and then covering. I mean, they're pretty sound and staying in their lanes. You can tell it's a well-coached football team. Both these teams are well-coached. You take your hat off to these high school coaches, because let me tell you something, it's not easy to do, and especially when you're in these adverse situations like the Saints are in right now, down 36. They need something positive to happen.
Well, the head coach of Prestonwood, just like his counterpart at All Saints, 12 years at his position, so is Chris Cunningham. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Hillman looking left, throws on a slant. Donche Douglas gets absolutely walloped, and it's incomplete.
There he is, Solomon Turner. He comes up and reads that inside slant, and when he does, Ken, I mean, he lowers the hammer. And you see him right here. He's going to see the inside slant, and he's going to put his head down and just, drive. You're either the hammer or you're the nail, and you want to be the hammer most of the time when you're playing football.
2nd down and 10 for All Saints. Empty backfield, trips to the left side of the line. Blitz coming from the opposite, the near side. And here it comes from Prestonwood.
Hillman gets away from it, though, and in man coverage, he can run the football, and that's what you want to see him do.
And a 1st down by the All Saints junior quarterback.
When you see them in man coverage and they blitz and you can get that edge, hey, everybody's running with their guys man-to-man down the field. You look at all the defenders, they're running man-to-man. He gets that edge. Go pick up the 1st down.
And Hillman at 6 foot 190, a very long stride for the junior transfer from Aledo. Handoff first of the second half to Jacob Matlock, and that's what Matlock does, lowers the hammer, good for 5.
And that's what you got to do to slow down those big edge rushers. And, those guys are in wide 5 techniques, Ken, so that really is describing the guys being outside eye of the tackle, so you've got some running lanes in there.
2nd down and 5 straight up from the 50 for All Saints.
Trips down here.
Looking right. Nice coverage. Nice protection. And Hillman gets rid of it. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, right there, Jacob Matlock's got to feel his quarterback in trouble. He needs to get back in his line of vision right there and come give him some help. How do trips look down here? But again, this is where Prestonwood is they're playing coverage too, and I think that's the game within the game that we're seeing right here.
3rd down and 5 for All Saints. So far, their most successful drive took them down into the red zone, where All Saints, on their opening possession, missed a 41-yard field goal attempt.
They go trips into the boundary.
And Prestonwood crowding the line defensively.
And it looks like they're coming.
Lions
and they
are roaring. Throw to the left side. Caught at the down marker. 1st down. Saints and Money Parks.
Good job, Money, running the slant, squaring up right there. Give your quarterback just your number. He throws it to him. They let the wide. It's just a good job here. You let the wide guy go, firm it up inside, let the wide guy go and develop. Just throw that hitch right there. Just get rid of the football.
So a conversion and a 1st and 10 for All Saints from the Lions 45. Another Matlock carry.
And they got
he finds a nice hole.
Good job
Picks
by
up the speed, still running, dragging the defender, hanging on to the ball and down at the 20. Make that 17-yard line. What a run by Jacob Matlock.
Watch Mitch Bothwell get up on the safety right here, and that's what you got to have. You got to have somebody get up on Solomon Turner. Watch him get up on Solomon right here. Give him a little shove. That opens that window right there for him to hit it in there.
And like an uppercut after a nice jab, All Saints wanting to move quickly, and a quick run up the middle for about 3 by Matlock. They'll give him a nice spot, about 4, as Matlock has that forward momentum. I mean, stretch all the time. You talk about run with your helmet over your feet.
Shoulders over your toes.
There
That's right. That's right. Shoulders over your toes.
Got it wrong, Coach.
That's all right. They're going to bring T. Love in here and give him a little blow.
And here comes T. Love, the 5'11", 205-pound junior. Play action, throw out into the flat. Caught, running.
Reverses his field.
Look at Donche go. Donche Douglas down to the 5-yard line. That's close to a first down, still about a yard or 2 short. Now that does. Now that picks up the first down, and that'll make it a first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, he caught that football in reverse field, and boy, that's what you want to do. You want to run that football in there. I like that. Run with your eyes. Hey, look here now. It's just a full house backfield again with the 2 tight ends.
Now the shift is to the left side of the line. T. Love is the running back. He has some big lead blockers. Pile continues to move. Rumble, roar. It's over the plane. Touchdown, All Saints. They earned that one. Their first of the night.
Good job. Good call by Coach Beck. They bring both tight ends over there and almost run an ISO look and say, you know what? Let's run behind these 2 big jokers. Great job by Bothwell. Really good job. Hit it up in there. T. Love running tough. That's a good, you know what, that's a positive that you got to have. You come out after the half, you take the kickoff, and you go score with it. You hit this extra point.
And there is the freshman, Andrew Lynn. Boy, that's picture perfect on the extra point attempts. It converts, and the Saints are on the board for the first time tonight with 9:10 remaining in the third quarter. A 5-yard touchdown rumble by T. Love, and All Saints has it 36-7. Prestonwood back on offense after this on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Girl, I want to be with you all of the time.
I think Jamie is driven, and certainly I want to live up to his expectations.
Origin Bank to us means relationships, availability, and quick movements.
Luckily, through Origin Bank, we've kind of both moved our successes together, and now we're able to help each other out, which I think that's important to have a really good relationship with somebody. Everybody's got to have their part in it.
Well, All Saints, as they did so often throughout 2017, come out of the locker rooms at halftime, and on the opening offensive possession, they end up in the end zone. That went 67 yards on that drive, 3:03 taken off the clock, and capped off after 7 plays by a 5-yard touchdown run by T. Love. Little pooch kick, up back fields it. Riley Wilson at the 33, and he's a big guy and takes the pile down to the 50.
Well, that's tough right there. You try to get something going and try to pooch that ball, but boy, you can get out of your lane in a hurry, and it looked like Prestonwood had seen that before. Turn that ball to midfield. Now you got to get a stop out of your defense here. Got to get your defense to rise up and kind of get the momentum in the same way they have in these halves in the last 3 games, Ken. Got to keep this momentum going.
6 offensive drives so far for the Lions, and they've scored on 5 of them. And this their first of the third quarter with 9:03 left to go. 36-7.
And they go trips with their big man at the top, Austin. Pronounce it again for me, Ken.
That is Austin Stogner. A quick throw to the near side, and that is caught on a slant. Good for about 6 and taken down pretty much where he caught the ball. And that's Riley Wilson with the reception.
Yeah, they go trips to the top and then to the single receiver side, throw the slant down here into the boundary.
Giving forward progress for a gain of 8, second down and 2. For the defending Taps football champions. Handoff goes to Josh Cunningham. He is devoured in the backfield, straight up by Matthew Daniel. Matthew Daniel, 6'3", 278-pound senior transfer.
Really well played right there. They were having none of that draw look. Stunted the guys inside, stayed in their lanes. Well played.
Loss of 2 on the carry.
It's up third and 5.
Yeah. Cadwallader in the shotgun. Looking right. Pressure again up the middle. Cadwallader scrambling. Hit as he throws, lofts it in the air, has a man. What a catch, inbounds.
Oh, wow.
Riley Wilson had about a half step before he hit the chalk and all the way down to the 8.
What a throw. I mean,
wow.
He's rolling he's rolling away from his arm right here. Really good job by the Saints, and the pressure rolls away and turns his body and spins this ball right up the boundary.
That's Aaron Rodgers.
Watch him get that foot in. That is awesome.
1st and 10, and on the slant, incomplete, intended for Riley Wilson.
He tried to throw a quick slant inside, and the Saints had that sniffed out. He better be glad he didn't catch that ball. He'd have got lit up right there.
Down to the line.
So the ball was spotted on the play previously, the catch by Riley Wilson at the 13-yard line. So 2nd down for Prestonwood. Tight coverage by All Saints. Hand off to Josh Cunningham. There's plenty of running room up the middle and right into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Yeah, catch him on the draw right there. That's unfortunate because Saints trying to get pressure on the quarterback, and all you got to do is find that little crease inside, and you see it right here. They run that draw, find the crease inside, the backer blitzes, and then he runs through that arm tackle. There's nobody there.
So Prestonwood answers the second half opening salvo by All Saints with a touchdown of their own. 13-yard scramble. That one wide left, no good by the kicker Carson Smith, so the extra point missed, and that'll give us a more traditional score, as they had converted a 2-point conversion on their second scoring attempt. With 7:46 left on the clock, 42-7, Prestonwood. Back here in a moment on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, Go Saints!
And after missing the extra point, a nice kickoff there by Carson Smith. Boots it out of the end zone after a 50-yard scoring drive for Prestonwood. 5 plays, a minute 17 off the clock.
Of which one of them was unbelievable again. That was one of the best throws I've seen in a long time. Cadwallader gets outside that pocket and, again, rolling to his left, gets his shoulder spun and throws that ball about 35 yards.
I mean, that's very
hard to stop that.
Two postseasons ago for the Dallas Cowboys, that's what sunk them, with Aaron Rodgers doing that exact same thing. So certainly high degree of difficulty. 1st and 10 for All Saints from their own 25. Hand off to Jacob Matlock, left side. Good for about 3.
Yeah, they're going to stay with that draw as long as Prestonwood's going to line up those wide ends. You've got some lanes in there. He's just got to make that backer miss. Get off to the races. Trips down here again.
3 receivers on the near side is the tight end Bothwell, Douglas, and then Jordan Jones. But nowhere to go for Clark Hillman, so he'll take off. Has a blocker in Donche Douglas. Turns the corner a bit and out about the 39-yard line. That's a Saints first down and a late flag.
Yeah, they're going to get Bothwell back there. He peeled back and really hit the linebacker, and it's a questionable late lick. Boy, it's hard. Now this is a coach. This is where it's hard to get on to a young man because he peels back. He doesn't know when the play's over. He sees his quarterback in trouble and he tries to go get his, go get a hat on somebody. So it's going to be a first down, and then they're going to give him a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct for a late hit.
As we look at this again on the replay and get the official signal, and that is the call from referee James Savage.
But watch Bothwell right here. He peels back, and we may not have the picture of it, but he peels back and really lays into the linebacker, that's tough, because that's a first down almost at the 40-yard line. Now you take it back 15 yards, back to the 25. It's 1st and 10, but it's almost like starting over after a pretty good pickup on your second down call.
4th play of this drive is right back where the first play of this drive was. Fakes the pitch. Hillman will keep it himself. Runs to the right side, being pursued. Swung out of bounds right at the Saints bench.
You're not going to outrun Solomon Turner. He saw that play in the first half, and they tried to run it again, and he came running the alley right there.
And he was spun forward for, I'll give him about 4 on that carry.
But initially, that looked like it was going to be a 12, 14-yard pickup, and Solomon saw it, came filling the alley. Boy, that's what you want to see out of a safety. I'd find it hard to believe Baylor's not going to play him at safety.
He is number 36 in the secondary, now creeping towards the line for Prestonwood. Second down and we'll call it 7. Hillman takes off again. Not a designed run per se, but about 2 yards short of the first down, and 3rd down coming for All Saints.
Good job by the Saints line there. You know what? They go with a quick protection and go ahead and try to cut those defensive ends to get their hands down.
And it has been a tough set of circumstances in 2018 for All Saints and their new configuration in the offensive line to figure things out. They have went against some stout front 7 defenses throughout this season so far. 3rd down and 2. Play action to Matlock. Fired by Hillman. Nice. And a pop at the end, but a first down by Money Parks.
Good play right there. You know what? To see him run the play action and then pull that ball and then throw the slant, and really he throws the slant where only his guy can catch it. Right there. Right on his hip. Good job. Good pickup.
Pop on the end there by Cody Alcorn, the senior free safety. These safeties are something to deal with for Prestonwood.
When you run inside cuts, they're going to hit you.
Jacob Matlock on a 1st and 10. He rumbles forward to the 49-yard line.
Good pickup on first down, almost a little better than 5 yards. You know what? They're going to stay with their guy. Saints are staying with their game plan right here. They're not paying any attention to the scoreboard. They're going to let their offense get better than this half, and that's what I like about what Coach Beck's doing right now.
And what Coach Beck has said previously on this week and other weeks leading up to on the Coaches Show, which you can hear at Texas24.net. Another great run by Matlock, good for 7. That'll move the chains yet again. Is that, hey, we've got district coming up. We got a bye week right before and after this game. And really, it is just about getting rhythm and getting ready for the district, because there is a chance that all the teams in the division will go to the postseason, but the seedings could be very, very detrimental if you're one of the lower cards. 5 minutes exactly left to go in the 3rd quarter. 42-7 Prestonwood. Nice little slant yet again. That's to Paul Breedlove. And Breedlove makes a great grab for 11 to move the chains.
Donche looks like he may be cramping. I like that. You know what? Send the back in motion. That makes that safety widen because he's got to respect that swing. Then you throw the slant back inside of it. It's a well-designed game plan.
So Donche Douglas, the Saint that is being tended to by Sasha Shapiro and the athletic training staff. While they do that, we'll step aside, and the Saints have a 1st and 10 coming up after this timeout on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, go Saints!
Luckily through Origin Bank, we've kind of both moved our successes together, and now we're able to help each other out, which I think that's important to have a really good relationship with somebody. Everybody's got to have their part in it.
Well, Stretch, I think you nailed that one and diagnosed it properly. It seems just a cramp was bothering Donche Douglas, the junior wide receiver. He's making it to the sideline on his own power. Wearing the number 7 for the second straight week, Donche is. That was formerly T. Laughlin's number, and T, on a non-contact injury, tore his ACL in game number 1 of the season. So Donche honoring his teammate. 1st and 10 for All Saints, though, from the Lions 34. Here comes Clark Hillman to the right side. Has some nice blocking in front of him and a nice little pickup of about 8.
Nice job there. Fake that draw and then pull it out. Block the perimeter a little bit. That's what you want to see. The offensive line coming off the football. Who's this outside? Is this Rhodes, Ken, that gets this block on the perimeter right there?
That is Peyton Kramer.
Peyton Kramer,
who has rejoined the team this week. Right up the middle and up the gut. A big pop by Jacob Matlock, colliding with Matthew O'Reilly on that. And we can hear that from the booth.
Yes, we could. He is the leading tackler for them, and you can see why. He hit that running downhill unblocked. 3rd and 2. Probably got 2 downs here to pick this up. Wouldn't surprise me right here for the Saints take a shot.
On the far side, it is Money Parks.
And they've got him, he's in man coverage up into the boundary.
And there was Breedlove in motion and delay of game.
They call motion. Looked like a false start, maybe.
So from a 3rd and 2 to now a 3rd and 7 for All Saints. And that's kind of been the story of the season in this offense so far. It's 1 step forward, 2 back.
Yeah, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot in those situations. You can't have, and that comes from a young team. I mean, you just can't have those mistakes, especially when you're that close to the red zone. And I know Coach Beck's feeling the frustration right now.
So 3rd down and 7 for All Saints. 3:40 left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Matlock out in motion. Throw over the middle. Paul Breedlove had it and then dropped it. Incomplete.
Boy, right there. Now that's where Hillman has got to set his feet. And he's got Breedlove put that ball right on his face mask and let him run. You know, when you have to slow down and pull that ball off of your hip when it's low, that's a tough catch. Donche back in the game.
And the offense stays on the field in a 4th and 7. All Saints making no bones about it. Yeah, we're going for it.
Got to go for it here. Let's see if you can keep some momentum.
Prestonwood crowding the line again. Here they come. Jailbreak. Throw over the middle. There was contact between Douglas and Cody Alcorn, but no flags and no completion, and a turnover on downs by All Saints.
It looked like he kind of ran a slant. It looked like Hillman was looking for him to run a go. When they bring that pressure like that, got to get that football up the seam.
And we got another player down. This time it's a Lion that started to make his way towards his Prestonwood sideline and then took down to the turf. So they will tend to their Prestonwood player. Meanwhile, we'll step aside, and it's 42-7 in favor of the Lions. 3:28 remains, 3rd quarter of action. Back here in a brief moment at Texas24.net.
I think Jamie is driven, and certainly I want to live up to his expectations.
Origin Bank to us means relationships, availability, and quick movements.
And another score on this Friday night as it pertains to this matchup tonight. Bishop Lynch right now leading Fort Worth Nolan 31-10 and taking off for Prestonwood. Right side, close to a 1st down.
I throw a little bubble screen out there. A bubble screen well timed to like Drayton. It's well timed right there.
Tony, the 6', 175-pound junior. 2nd on the depth chart behind Riley Wilson. Play action, another throw, and a lot of subs are in for Prestonwood, but not that guy. Austin Stogner, the starting tight end, and lowered the boom right at midfield. He's a behemoth,
They run the same play to that big guy, and as soon as he gets his shoulders turned north and south, he's a man. That's the best way I know to describe it. At 260, athletic, he's a man. Trips down here again. Looks like they're going to try to get him the ball one more time.
1st and 10 from the Saints 48. New quarterback in. It's Parker Panetti. He lofts that one, and he connects. Riley Wilson all the way to the end zone. 48-yard touchdown pass from Parker Panetti.
Like Will Shipman was looking for some help from the safety. He set hard outside. Once you set hard outside, they go and they run this fake right here like they pump it to the big tight end. He sits hard outside looking for safety help. The safety's not there.
It only took 4 plays and 23 seconds off the clock from a lightning strike. 48-yard touchdown pass from the backup quarterback, senior Parker Panetti to Riley Wilson, and another Prestonwood touchdown. Drives their advantage up to above 40, 49-7 on All Saints. 3:05 left in the third quarter. Back after this, Texas24.net.
Give it up for our 2018 cheerleaders.
Football lessons we learn as kids and all continue to apply through the rest of your life. Life is a team game. It's the big game.
Moira and Frank Taylor and family are lifetime Saints and are proud to support and cheer on the 2018 Saints. Go Saints! PTF.
Jones, Natalie Kellogg, Alexis McKee, Jalen Price, Megan Smith.
Well, yet another Prestonwood touchdown. It has been raining down points for the Lions tonight in this rivalry matchup between All Saints and the Lions. Kickoff. And another missile caught on the run by Money Parks. He'll take this out of the end zone.
And he's got some room into the boundary if he can get the corner. Oh, he couldn't get the corner.
Wow. Excellent coverage and stop on the play. And a nice special teams play.
Money Parks fields the kick
courtesy
return
of Randall Holmes, the 5'9" sophomore.
Well covered. Anytime you have to go back and catch that kick and then get your momentum kind of turned around, he should have kept that in the end zone right there. But I saw what he saw.
Yeah,
he saw that boundary, and he saw it there. He just couldn't get there. Now there was a penalty on. Looks like a penalty on Prestonwood. They're going to bring this back. Coach is going to make them re-kick this.
Yeah. The flag was all the way back about to where the kicking tee was.
Well, he threw it up in the air and it caught a little gust of breeze, like some of your golf shots that you hit.
I will slice them and dice them, yes, sir.
Boy, now you'd like to see Money right here hit this thing going. What's that direction? That's south.
That'd be south.
Hit that baby going. Hit it going south. They got a little breeze, and he's kicking it down the middle of the field. Hit this thing going south.
And that's almost a squib kick. Donshea Douglas bats it down and still messing with it. Picks it up, scoops it at the 15. Now trips on the 15-yard line, and
that's that cramp again. You know what? Anytime you get in the open field like that, and you catch that cramp.
So it is. It's not as humid tonight as it was earlier today. The high only topped out about 88 degrees, but humidity was stretching up to like 80% earlier around midday.
You can tell it's going to rain. We're going to get some rain.
Oh yeah, rain is.
You can tell that
going to be the case this weekend, starting up in the North Texas area around midday tomorrow, and off and on into Columbus Day. But luckily, high and dry tonight. It's a beautiful night tonight, but a little stuffy still in the air. We've had more rainfall than.
Boy, and therefore we have had some. Boy, last week at Dunn and this week, I tell you what, I've seen a couple crickets over here too that have those tail numbers on them. They look like those small Cessna airplanes.
And every press box booth looks all completely fogged up too because of the humidity. It's not because it's cold, I tell you that.
Right. We're not on the roof, you know.
Exactly.
We got the sweet press box view here in our home stadium.
Preach it, my friend. Yes, 2:44 left to go in the third. And a quick fake pitch to Matlock to the right, and that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's the third time. That's the third time they've tried to run this. They've tried to catch Prestonwood chasing that fake toss, and they've caught him twice. They didn't catch him that time. Loss of 2, brings up second and a long 12.
We'll bring up second and 13.
And all the starters, as one might assume, still in for All Saints, as they're just at this point. You know, we talked about it earlier, getting ready for district. play. And it's a very competitive district in Division I, District 1. As Matlock, a nice hard run here. It's close to a first down marker.
I'll tell you what, he's still running hard. That's as good 11-yard run as you'll see now.
It's slow to get up now.
Yeah, he took a shot from somebody kind of chasing it from the backside right there. I couldn't tell who that was.
As we look here again.
Watch him take this shot right there. Whew.
Yeah, that was coming on the play, and we're getting deep in the Prestonwood depth chart.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who that is.
But good news is right there as Jacob Matlock is up and kind of just trying to literally, as they tell you, walk it off.
Well, that's a tough run right there. You know what? That young man's still playing. That's what you want to see. I mean, they're down 42 points, and he's still running the football like it's a tight football game. Those are the kind of things that you got to build on, and I know that Coach Beck, when he shows this film to his players tomorrow, you got to build on that kind of thing. You got to say, you know what? I need that effort out of everybody.
Well, last year it was a backfield with Jermaine Rucker. Here's T. Love, who runs straight forward for a gain of 4. It was Jermaine Rucker last year, Caleb Sylvia in the backfield, and there was this sophomore that popped up, Jacob Matlock, that just surprised everybody and was just such a delight to have on the team as he is on the trainer's table, and they're going to try to stretch some stuff out. But Matlock has been just a welcome addition here on the varsity at All Saints since he arrived in practice.
Tough runner. He's a tough kid.
2nd down and 6 for All Saints. Paul Breedlove in motion from left to right. The throw goes left, and it's a nice strike to Money Parks. Tries to beat his man, still spinning his way inside the 40. Look at him carry all the Prestonwood Lions down inside to the 34-yard line. Money Parks banks it.
Contagious right there. You saw Matlock playing hard, then you saw him run. They run Breedlove in motion, get single coverage on the backside. Great throw by Hillman. That's where you want the slant, right on your face, where Money Parks can hit that thing and try to take it to the house.
A 34-yard strike and run after the catch by Money Parks. 1st and 10. Nowhere to go for Hillman, but he's directing traffic. Goes to Jordan Jones. Jones makes a man miss and drags another defender inside the 20. Saints are on the move.
Boy, if he kept his head downfield too right there, Ken, Bothwell had broken deep and was going to that back corner. You know what? Hey, you take what the defense gives you, but boy, you'd like him to look high to low right there. Got a little something going here.
14 seconds on the game clock left to go in the 3rd quarter. And All Saints will try to get one more snap in, now down to 5.
Looks like they're going to get it in. They do. And he takes a shot deep.
Fade to the end zone and incomplete. No flag.
That's a quarter.
And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. So headed to the 4th, the Saints inside the red zone. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 for All Saints from the Prestonwood 18-yard line. But the Lions lead 49-7. Back after this. This is the Texas 24/7 Television Network.
Buick GMC is located at 3535 West South Loop 820 and is a proud supporter of All Saints Episcopal School. Just like Saints football, we are state-of-the-art with master-trained technicians. Located just 6 blocks south of All Saints, Hiley Buick GMC offers the new 2018 Buick and GMC Experience from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, Monday through Saturday. Hiley Buick GMC. Saints, keep marching in. And Hiley and the Schimmel family say, Go Saints!
Well, the 4th quarter just about to kick off. Saints facing a 2nd down and 10 from the Prestonwood 18-yard line. Ken Buckner, Glenn Stretch Smith here on the commentary. Jacob Matlock on that last carry in which he was injured, but doesn't seem to be anything serious. 18 carries tonight and 103 yards for Matlock.
Looked like he was cramping a little bit. There comes the blitz.
And there comes the
job.
Screen.
They got him.
T. Love upended at the 11-yard line, and that's a gain of 7. Make it 8 on the play.
Good job by Hillman right here. When they bring the blitz, you got to continue to give ground, and that's exactly what he did running away from that blitz.
49-7, start of the 4th quarter. And the Saints just trying to get some momentum going, some consistency, and some productive offensive drives. They have a bye week next week, and then, as we mentioned, TCA Addison 2 weeks from tonight. Saints and the Trojans to open up district. Slanting into the end zone. Money Parks cashing in. Touchdown, Saints.
Now let me tell you who gets that right there. I hope we show this. Watch T. Love come back and pick this blitz up right here, and it allows him the time to throw this slant. Watch this. Watch T. Love adjust right here and pick up that blitz. Really nice job. Allows the slant throw. Way to set your feet. Get the football out. Well-designed play to Money Parks.
Kick is up, and the freshman Andrew Lynn splits the uprights.
All made possible by T. Love right there. I know Money Parks made the catch. Hillman a great throw, but let me tell you something. If T. Love doesn't pick that up, they don't get that ball off.
So it's a 49-14 lead for Prestonwood, and the clock is rolling. We'll talk about that coming up after this on the Texas 24/7 television network.
Football lessons we learn as kids and all continue to apply through the rest of your life. Life is a team game. It's the big game.
Moira and Frank Taylor and family are lifetime Saints and are proud to support and cheer on the 2018 Saints. Go Saints! PTF. 49-14 in favor of Prestonwood. 9:40 left on the clock, and it continues to roll, as we mentioned, of course, since the 2012 season in TAPS, the only conference or interscholastic league in football in the state of Texas has a mercy rule, and it's in effect. If any team reaches a 40-point differential after halftime, there comes the running clock. And that is the situation we are currently in now. The Saints certainly were on the positive side of that at least 3 or 4 times last year. They faced it now for the second time this year, as that ball just bounced out of bounds.
Boy, I thought that was going to take a hop right to my man. Looked like Charlie Wright that was down there, and almost took a hop to him. Pretty good kick. Too bad that went out of bounds.
And I've often wondered about that when it comes to, and that's something that started to become in vogue in high school football, and I even saw college do it. If there's a danger of a return, it's that 30-yard kick to about the 38-yard line. And so many have done it, and I always wondered why. Just tell your guys to get away and see if it'll bounce out of bounds. Of course, it is a live ball.
And it's, you know, a lot of times, again, being an oblong object, football takes some crazy bounces. But when it's that flip-flop kick, usually you can get that thing to check up and kind of take a bounce for you. And it was really close right there to happening.
Well, nice starting position for Prestonwood from their own 30. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to the runner. Favors the edge on the left side. And is taken out.
Oh, and then they're going to throw a flag.
Late flag on that.
Late flag.
And there's by Randall Holmes, the sophomore running back.
I think they're going to get Saints 15 for taking him down out of bounds right there. Hard again to take away from your defensive guys when they're, you know, you want them to play that hard and you want them to chase.
7.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. As we mentioned, a reminder again, next week the Saints are off their 2nd and final bye week of 2018 season. And then October 19th, once again here at McNair Stadium in Young Field, TCA Addison moves in. The Trojans and the Saints, district game number 1. Panetti hands it off to Holmes, and he's taken down from behind for about a gain of 4.
I believe that's Mike Singletary's team, isn't it?
That is Mike Singletary there at TCA, and they are dramatically. I was talking to Coach Daniel Carroll of All Saints before the game about TCA in that matchup. He said, yeah, they're a totally different team from a year ago.
I want winners. I need me some winners.
Well, he's building them there, Singletary is. And then, of course, after that, it'll be Liberty Christian Argyle. followed by Fort Worth Nolan, and that's Fort Worth rivalry. Delay of game on Prestonwood. And then rounding out the regular season, November 9th, we'll go on the road and bring this coverage to you from Midland, Texas. Which is always fun to play high school football games out there in West Texas. But all that can be seen right here, live, on demand, archive, all in HD at texas24.net. After the penalty, it's a 2nd down and 12, handoff. Once again to the running back.
Jet sweep.
He finds a little room and daylight there, and Randall Holmes runs for another nice run, and now more extracurriculars come way far away from the play. No flags at the moment. Wyatt Mertz got into it a little bit.
Looks like they're going to pick the flag up. Just let these guys play. You want to keep playing hard, play a clean game in 5.5 minutes here.
That was 150-pound Wyatt Mertz facing off against 6'3", 285-pound Javon Bouton. Watch out. That's just flat out dropped, incomplete on the pass intended for Takai Wade.
Got to throw the bubble screen outside.
Bring up 4th down.
Clock continues to roll. Here's 4th down. Parker Panetti, by the way, in at quarterback for the 2nd straight possession for Prestonwood. And Panetti is an interesting guy. He does just about everything on this team. Coach Cunningham said, if I need somebody on the offensive line, he works. If I need somebody on the defensive line, he works. If I need somebody at quarterback, he can do it. And there he is, punting right there. It bounces at the 21 and takes a Prestonwood bounce. It's close to the 17-yard line where it'll come to a stop. It's just one of those guys, it's like a Swiss Army knife of a player. Plug him in anywhere and he does a great job. So a rare punt here in the waning moments of this one by Prestonwood. Gives the ball back with the rolling clock. They'll have about 4 minutes left to do something with this in the 4th quarter. All Saints trailing 49-14.
I can see him get money again in the open field. See if he can run that motion by the tight end, get this single coverage over here, and see if he can hit him.
Coming in a quarterback. There's that fake pitch. He takes off to the right side. Nice blocking. Good hole. Runs towards and about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down.
Seeing something that they like right there, and that faking that pitch and then running it kind of out the back door, and it's been successful 3 out of 4 times.
And All Saints we have seen, I mean, the score is going to certainly show up in the paper as something that the Saints Nation won't rejoice in any way, shape, or form, but there have been spurts in this game, and we've seen it in more than just one drive of chemistry, timing, and really what Coach Aaron Beck and the Saints coaching staff have really tried to get All Saints
come on back
really
to him,
in this
Money.
first half. Clark Hillman stayed up and took a shot going out of bounds.
Well, you'd like to see him right there. Keep his head up, because Money was, they were trying to hit Money on a go route. Watch this, and they're blitzing. Come off the edge. Once he breaks his pocket, see his eyes down. You got to keep your eyes down the field right here, because look, see that Money's coming back. You want to see him reach up, throw that ball to Money. But you know what? It's easy to say when we're up here watching it versus live bullets and you're scrambling for your life out there, and then you take a shot like that.
Yeah, delivering that shot was the senior backup linebacker, Freddie Catalaro. Quick pitch from Hillman to Matlock, run to the right side. Plenty of blockers in front of him, and Matlock's still churning. Close to another 1st down for All Saints.
Run almost brought that ball back across the grain right there.
We approach
the old student body right. That's the SC toss.
It was a sea of Navy over there. Approaching 2 minutes left to go in regulation here in the 4th quarter. Systematic blocking in front of Matlock by All Saints. But it was a personal foul on All Saints.
Well, when you want to brag on these officials, then they pull something like that.
And it happened so late we didn't even see the flag.
I certainly didn't see it.
But backs it up, and it's a 1st and 15 yet again for All Saints. So they just replay this down again and again. Deep down to Money Parks. He tries to dive for it and goes through his arms. Also went through Dayton Tony's arms, the strong safety for Prestonwood.
He loaded it up there and let it go right here. It's almost like you'd like to see him hit that swing. They're not going to let Money get deep right there. They're doubling him. The only time they didn't double him was when they ran the tight end in motion.
Approaching 1 minute left on the clock in this rolling clock situation in the 4th quarter. And a 2nd down and 15 for All Saints. Hillman shotgun. Looking right all the way. Now he sneaks up in the pocket, makes a man miss, and he picks up about 2 yards on the scramble. Head man open though.
This guy's open. It's you know what? They're playing so deep now. You got to not be afraid to take the underneath throw. Only 30 seconds left. Probably going to be the last play right here.
Reminder: next week is a bye week. We will still have the Aaron Beck Coaches Show appearing around Wednesday here at Texas24.net. We'll talk about this game. The Saints going forward into district. Little dump off to Derek Ferguson, the scat back at the 30. And he's still moving. Moves a man out of his way himself. Knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
What a good little run and a way to end the football game. That's fun right there. You know what? See a young man get in the game and have some success. Keeps him coming back.
Clock does expire, and that'll do it for this one. Week number 6 matchup goes the way of the Prestonwood Christian Lions out of Plano, Texas. 49-14 victory over Fort Worth All Saints, and All Saints will fall to 1-4 on the season. Prestonwood will extend their unbeaten streak 6-0 on the year.
And a good football team. That's a good football team they played tonight. It's a good football team, quite frankly, that All Saints has played the last 2 weeks. Really good team.
Well, we'll be with you in 2 weeks as All Saints will play host the district opener against TCA Addison, the Saints and the Trojans. Stretch, it was a pleasure.
TCU basketball coach here taking in a little football tonight, huh? Isn't that Jamie Dixon right there in front
there
of us?
There it is. Very nice. Well,
you don't never know who you're going to see out here at All Saints football, do you?
It's the social happening of the week. My goodness. Well, for everyone who was watching far and wide, Saints Nation, thank you so much for this one. 49-14, the final. For Roy and everybody back on the truck and on the platforms working the cameras. For Glenn Stretch Smith, my name is Ken Buckner. Thank you so much for watching this one. We'll catch you in 2 weeks right here on the Texas 24/7 Television Network. All right.